Welcome to the Let's Grow Annual Challenge, day 174. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. 174 days we've been doing one thing every day to grow. And I suspect that by now you have noticed some differences in your experience of life, how things are going for you, because we've worked on 5. This is our 6th. Well, it's actually our 5th area of the 9-part life framework that we're working on. We're working on relationship growth this month. And today's topic is commitment, open-mindedness, and effort. How much work and effort you put into something. And all 3 of these, and again, there's so many topics for each of these areas. I combine some days, and these actually do intertwine and have something to do with one another. To me, commitment is you're deciding, you're making a decision. When I commit to myself to do something like an annual challenge, I don't know what it would take to stop me from doing it. It's been 7 years now in a row, online every day, sharing the challenge. A couple of days I've had to record ahead of time because I knew something was coming up. I had heart surgery last year, so I knew that was coming up, so I recorded a couple of days ahead of time. When I'm traveling and I know I'm going to be in a location that it's just not conducive or timely to be able to do my daily videos, then I plan ahead and I do something about that. And then there's crazy things that happen, like with my eyes, and I just have to keep figuring it out as I go. And so far, haven't missed a day. So don't plan on it, but talking about doing some traveling and doing different things. And so I might have to continue to get more and more creative with how I show up every day or where I show up every day. Haven't really had any complaints when I show up somewhere differently than in my office, but you never know. Some people like everything to be the same all the time. I am not one of them. So today we're talking about commitment. To me, commitment is making that decision and deciding you're going to do something. Hey, I'm going to do this challenge every day this year and see what difference it makes in my life. I'm going to commit to growing one little way every day and see how different I am at the end of the year than I was at the beginning of the year. I'll share I'm going to talk about each of what these are, and then I'm going to share a couple of ways that you can, of course, demonstrate them in your relationships. Then I want to get us thinking about, I've got an action item to share, but I also want you to start thinking about tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to jump into our growing process. So I want you to pick a relationship today or tonight or sleep on it, a relationship that you want to apply the growing process to. I'm going to say pick a relationship that's very, very important to you, because that will make the exercise so much more powerful, because we're going to take the same relationship, and take it through the next 7 days, each step of the growing process. And then, of course, you'll be able to continue doing whatever it is you commit to doing through the end of the year to enhance, or in some cases, we decide that a relationship needs to end, and that's a process as well. Cultivating open-mindedness. What's open-mindedness? It's being curious and willing to look at different points of view, different perspectives. It's being flexible enough to know that your point of view, my point of view, isn't the only point of view, especially when we're in relationships. We come together with absolute positive, different experiences, different core values, different ways of looking at the world. And we're bound to not agree on absolutely everything, but we have to be open-minded and willing enough to hear the other person out in order to decide if something is or isn't right for us. And then finally, effort. Every relationship requires effort. Everything we want in life requires some sort of input from us. To me, effort is input, work, time, energy. Mostly it's energy, right? Effort is really an exchange of energy, or putting our energy into something to get something back out of it. So to me, commitment is the decision, effort is the do, and open-mindedness is how we go about doing the things that we're going to do, the actions we're going to take when it comes to our relationship growth. So let me grab my magnifying glass and share a couple of ways to, first off, build commitment. Number one, because when you're in a relationship, unless it's a relationship with yourself, which is very important, both of you need to commit, right? To commit to making the relationship work or having the relationship grow. You have to say, I'm committed to making this relationship grow. You demonstrate it through your behavior, things like being reliable, doing what you say you're going to do, by communicating clearly and not being secretive or what's the other word for, not another word for secretive, or holding back, withholding. That's it. Not withholding information or being secretive or things like that, or dishonest, right? If you're in a committed relationship, you're honest, you're not dishonest. And then finally, set mutual goals. By setting goals together and having shared experiences and things, we deepen and our relationships grow. What are some ways to cultivate open-mindedness? Stay curious. If you're curious and questioning and asking questions about something because you really want to know, then that's being open-minded, because you're open to seeing and learning things that you maybe didn't know or realize before. Practice empathy. Put yourself in the other person's shoes, right? Don't always think of everything from a me perspective and how do I see it? How do I influence it? Try to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, especially when you're in a relationship. And then finally, encourage growth of your partner and of yourself in order to be open-minded. If we are wanting to grow, then we're automatically curious about and ask the right questions to learn more about the things that we want to know. And then finally, we need to put in effort. What are some ways to put in effort? Again, have shared moments and shared experiences. Plan some, right? We can't just flow through life and whatever happens. We can. There's lots of people that do that, but it's a lot more fun and a lot more rewarding, and we get a lot more of what we want and have a lot more of the experiences we want if we actually choose and plan some things that we want to have happen. Show appreciation and gratitude to the other person, right? If somebody does things for you that you appreciate, what the heck? Tell them about that. Make sure they know how much you love and appreciate them. And then keep learning and growing together again. So our action item today is just to share one thing in a relationship that you are committing to or have committed to and are putting forward, being open-minded and putting effort into right now. Just share what the thing is. Maybe you are getting married. Maybe you're getting divorced. That's a commitment as well, because even though you get divorced, you usually still have to have some sort of relationship, especially if there's children or other things involved, pets or anything like that. So that's our action item for today. And then our second one is, of course, to think about what relationship we're going to work on the growing process tomorrow. I haven't picked mine. I've thought about it. I woke up thinking about it this morning. My brain kind of automatically works in the annual challenge format in my head. And so I woke up and I was thinking about, okay, which relationship am I going to do? And I might do my mom, because my mom's sick right now. And she's 87, and you never know how much, and she's had a tough year. She's had a really tough year the last year. And so she's coming home today, or I guess I call it home. It's not her home anymore. She's made her permanent residence in Texas, but she's coming to where two of my sisters and I live, and staying for 3 months, because Texas gets really, really hot in the summer. And so I'm thinking that this is, my opportunity and my time to really, really work on my relationship with my mom. I love and adore my mom. I just know there's 4 of us, so there's only so much time and energy that she can put in the relationship, or that I can put in the relationship. So that I think I've already decided that's the relationship I'm going to work on. All right. Also, my other ask today, boy, I'm just full of asking for help today, aren't I? Or delving out stuff. If you've got a name, we've got Todd's story in Guide to the Let's Grow Annual Challenge private Facebook group page today. But if you've got a name that you want to recommend that I use in one of the stories, and again, it won't be a real person, it's just the story for the topic of the day, let me know, because my brain goes to the same names over and over and over again. That's how our brains work. We go to what's familiar. And so I want some names that I would not even think of, or that you just happen to like and want to see in the story. Share in the comments below. That's it. Questions asked. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow. Hopefully, it's not raining where you are. It's been raining it seems like all spring, and now we're into summer and it's still raining. Have an awesome day. I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.